not one mention of a baby. You know, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, well, I got her pregnant. Guess what? That's my child, not yours.
That's my kid. You are not the father. You are not the father.
Westeros Mori. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Cars and Thrones. I'm your host, John. To my right,
I'm Mike,
and returning.
Hey guys, Markin.
The show.
From a 1-week hiatus, we have Markin back.
Markin had a bye week, so you know he had to rest up and come back strong for this episode.
I'll be honest with you, what's going on with Game of Thrones, I want a bye week every week.
Well, off to a roaring start already, as we can see on this rainy day here in Springfield, New Jersey. We just left our office, Capital Motor Cars, if you're not familiar. And we are in a brand new car today. Markin, why don't you tell us a little bit about the car that we're in?
Hey guys, we are in the 2019 Lexus RX 350L. And what makes it an L is it is a 7-passenger vehicle. Usually the RX is a 5-passenger vehicle. So we are in a car with premium package, navigation package, upgraded heated and ventilated seats, and we also have the cross traffic and blind spot detection. So the car is going to have emergency braking, and besides that, it's going to give you any alerts if you have any close objects to you. The RX is a great car because if you don't want the look of the GX, which is a little bulkier and maybe a little more of the old school appearance,
Wagon type, you know?
Yeah, it's a wagon. Yeah, I would say that. Then you would definitely go into the RX. But if the RX standard didn't have enough space for you, then you would go into the L. So it gives you the 7-passenger. So you can put a couple of the kiddies in the back or fit a little more in the car.
And it's a power third row, so no issues getting that third row up and down and struggling with it.
And another beauty thing about this car is this is also Lexus. Lexus are one of those companies that have a very, very good deal with OnePay, where you pay a lot of you pay the entire lease up front, and you get a good discount, $20, $30, $40, $50, depending on the vehicle, the MSRP of the car, the savings per month, and it's very beneficial.
Gotcha. And Lexus starts out at what, 7,500 miles if you're just looking for around town?
Lexus has a beautiful start at 7,500 miles. It's nice and quick if you're just driving around New York City or keeping it local.
Yeah, but obviously that's going to give you a discount on your monthly payments, right?
100%.
Okay, so that's a little bit about the Lexus RX 350L. Great car for those of you that want a little bit more of a Lexus luxury experience, but also need all the room for, like Markin said, the kiddies and any other extra stuff that you might have to haul around. So a great family car at the end of the day. All right, let's get into last night's episode of Game of Thrones.
Oh, here we go, guys. I thought I was gonna just end it with the car, but I guess we got to continue now and talk about the show.
That's half of the show. So I mean, it would just be cars.
Yeah, it should be cars and cars.
Cars and cars.
Maybe that. Hey, don't steal that, anybody. That's trademarked. So this episode was the second to last episode. Obviously another big battle episode, at least that's what, was led on.
I think they kept true to fashion. Typically the episode before the last episode of the season is always the biggest episode of the season.
And it was amazing until the last 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we can all agree that there was some highs and lows, definitely peaks and valleys with the episode.
Honestly, between this episode and episode 3, this one by far is much better.
Yes.
Firstly, we can watch the episode.
Okay. Yes, the first thing is that you don't need an insane TV to be able to find out what the details are, or night vision goggles. Yeah. And there was no Starbucks coffee.
No, there was not. I mean, even though that was funny.
It was funny, but completely unacceptable on God's standard. Completely unacceptable.
So where do we start off? I mean, kind of Daenerys is in mourning for Missandei, and obviously she and Grey Worm are both kind of bubbling with emotion there, and just hatred, and she just wants vengeance in the worst way. She's not eating. We kind of get hit immediately with a big
with a betrayal scene right there.
Oh, very, very much.
Yeah, for the Varys at the very beginning.
And a snap of a finger.
Tyrion kind of comes clean for he has his reasons. He still wants to stay on Daenerys' good side, but that comes.
He wants to stay alive.
He wants to stay alive, aka. So he's got to rat out his friend, Varys, who has kind of been plotting to overthrow Dany.
You know what? I think Varys, if you actually paid attention to the scene, I think Varys was trying to poison Dany. Because if you paid attention to that scene, the little girl that comes in, everything seems normal, just like out of concern. Oh, is she eating? No, she's not eating. And then the words come in, you know, oh, but they're watching me.
Exactly.
That's their job.
Exactly. Especially with Varys. Like, we really don't know what this guy's up to. Just because he says one thing can be meaning or, you know,
Also, how can you really trust a man with no testicles?
That's another good one.
By the way, another disappointing thing, they never resolved why he had no testicles.
That's true. That's true.
It's not like he was an unsullied soldier.
I mean,
so, you know.
I thought they would bring up somewhere in the scene on what did they hear in the fire, you know, what was whispered to him in the fire.
Exactly, so we kind of didn't get that end of Varys because very soon after.
And you know what? It was one of those other deaths that should have been maybe a little more dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the dragon didn't, you know, shoot flames immediately.
He got barbecued though.
You know, he got barbecued, but still, just
Extra
maybe
crispy.
a little more. And I get it; they couldn't really give you that emotional exit for his character because they had to continue with, you know, everybody else that was going to be burned in the show. So
exactly,
I think it was just the beginning of the barbecue chicken that was going to happen within the show.
Yeah, good foreshadowing there with the use of the fire to kind of execute Varys, who at the end of the day, you know, wasn't really seen as a heroic character, but he was really just trying to do the best that he could to keep the peace. And
as he said, his loyalty is to the realm.
Yep.
It's not to any prince or princess or whatever, it's to the realm. And he was right.
Yep, and I love one of his last words to Jon Snow as they kind of meet is that you know, if you flip a coin, you're gonna either get one Targaryen or another Targaryen. So immediately Jon knows what he's talking about, that he is a Targaryen.
That's
so,
exactly why he looks at him and states that he doesn't want it.
Yeah, he
and it's
goes
not for him.
Exactly.
He goes, well, with you, we don't have to flip the coin. We already know where you're at.
Where you stand.
You're not the mad. You're the normal.
With Dany, we don't know. Obviously, he thinks it's gonna go one way. He's right. Spoiler alert. Yeah, that was a great scene with Varys kind of, you know, doing his best to, and at the end of the day, he's a martyr. He was trying to do the best that he could, but it just wasn't enough. So after that, Jon and Dany have a moment where she's really trying to give him one last effort because she already knows.
She wasn't trying to give him one last effort.
Well,
she was trying to give herself one last effort.
Fine.
Yeah, she was trying.
Either way, she was trying to find a reason not to think that Jon betrayed her completely, and Jon just couldn't. He couldn't kiss his aunt. So after Jon and Dany have that confrontation, and her mind is made up. It's over. She's gonna go do what she's got to do.
I'll tell you one thing though, you can really tell that Jon, either he's extremely smart or he is just a loyal dog, and it's to a point that he has to see the worst of a person's character
until he believes anything.
Because once he bend the knee to her, he's gonna stand by his word.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. He made a promise. He honored it.
Look, he didn't really have any stake in this fight. He's only doing it because he made a deal with her. You fight with me, then we'll fight with you.
Exactly.
Correct.
This is just him sticking to his word.
Yep. So immediately, Dany, has a preemptive strike against Euron. Kind of going through the clouds and using the sun as
the shield. I like that.
So
that was actually a good move.
They couldn't get a line on her until she was already 2 feet away, and she just starts going to town, blowing everything up.
But I mean, here's the funny part: you had all these little scorpions that were on the ship, that were on the walls of King's Landing, and not one of them could shoot.
That is the issue behind this entire season.
Yes.
And I've been let down, and my heart has been broken. And look, do I still love you, Game of Thrones? Yes.
Absolutely.
But I understand what you did.
Yes.
By treating the show this way, I'm not gonna miss you. I'm gonna just know that I've always loved you.
Oh, this doesn't get you excited for the prequel shows that they're about to shoot?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing.
So cool.
Yeah, we're gonna just see her and the dragon riding away on a Disney World trip.
That's it.
It's amazing.
So yeah, Dany starts blowing up all of Euron's the Iron Fleet. They're basically toast. I think like maybe a total of 4 shots ring off of the Scorpions.
The Iron Fleet.
Yeah, everyone completely missed.
Should be called the Torch Fleet.
because they were promptly torched. They're gearing up for this big battle with the Iron Company in front of Golden Company. Sorry.
The Golden Company. Yeah.
Golden Company with Jon's forces and some of the Dothraki and Unsullied.
I mean, also the Golden Company. It was such a build up to who they are, and
then
they disappeared in what, 10 seconds?
Exactly what's been going on this entire season.
Yeah.
There's a significant amount of questions. There are absolutely 0 answers. And you know what? And I just have no idea what's going on. Look, guys, I'm going to tell you right now. This was the best episode. This episode for this entire season was absolutely amazing. I love that all of a sudden we fell in love with this white-headed queen, the mother of dragons. There's a good-looking woman, a powerful woman, and the freer of slaves.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, from loving her, she all of a sudden goes and ends up killing absolutely all these innocent people. And you know what? And all of a sudden we're supposed to dislike her. I love it.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. But then what happens at the end, guys?
Wait, here's another question. Did she really need armies? Seems like she did the
honestly,
whole entire thing by herself.
You know, that shows that she could literally just go around and rule the entire world. Forget about.
Imagine she had 3 dragons.
Yeah, if she had the 3 dragons, that's
Look,
it. I mean, what was the whole point of building up the army?
If she trained these dragons correctly, forget about it.
Yeah. I don't know what
The whole show could have been cut in half if she just
And
flew the dragon across, blew up King's Landing, and that's it.
That's
You
it.
just
all of a
seasons.
sudden, she learned how to use her joystick a little better and maneuver the dragon. And now,
barrels.
and now she's like, okay, up, down,
She had
left,
the,
right.
yeah, she had the cheat codes, you
And
know?
Yeah.
And now she got all the weapons and what's the name of that show? Vice City.
Vice
Oh,
City.
yeah.
Vice City went up, down, triangle.
Infinite life.
Infinite money, like she's just good to go.
And she realized, okay, this is the cheat code. I just needed to get angry.
Exactly. So she's good to go. Yeah, that was. I feel like the dragon was a little overpowered in my opinion. It was a little much. So yeah, the dragon just completely blows up everything.
What changed her mind? I mean, it looked like when the bells rung, she was, for a second there, she was like, okay, let's leave it alone. They surrendered. Everyone surrendered. And then all of a sudden, bam, she just took off.
She took off. Yeah, but
It's like she made it personal.
Yeah, it was personal for her.
Well,
she said she wasn't gonna have any mercy this time, and that's what happens when a person goes through trauma.
All right, well, Danny's going around with the dragon, just destroying everything. A little bit before that, actually, we had a nice moment between Jaime and Tyrion when Jaime was captured. We kind of glossed over that, but let's get back to that real quick.
That was actually a good moment.
It was a nice moment. They kind of both knew that was the last time they were going to see each other.
You spend all these seasons of Jaime trying to turn good, and all of a sudden it's like, forget about it. Yeah, but who cares? You know what? I am a bad guy.
You know what? My sister, she has something on me. I don't know what it is. That's exactly what he said.
She's got a hold on him.
Yeah.
So you knew that was going to happen, but Tyrion kind of also ditch effort to try to save everybody. Obviously, we just find out about these bells that have been in King's Landing for all this time, and apparently nobody knew what they did. But now we kind of know that they're for surrendering purposes. So his plan is to kind of get Jaime to, trigger those bells so that Danny doesn't, blow everyone up, because that's what she agreed to do. Obviously, it does not happen. But you can't hate Tyrion for trying.
True. He was the reason that he was able to survive for the majority of his life.
Yeah, for all this time.
Anytime someone came down on him, he didn't just mean physically. He also meant emotionally and mentally.
Exactly.
He was there for him.
He always
Every
stood
time
up.
somebody put him down, he picked him right back up.
Look, he treated him like a brother, not a, what do they call them, dwarfs?
Dwarf, imp.
Not an imp, not
Like
an
a person.
He was a person.
A real person. And that that was a nice kind of closing to their whole relationship. I thought. More on the other relationships, sibling relationships later. But yeah, that was nice. So once again, last ditch effort by Tyrion to try to make sure that all was not lost if Danny decided to pull the trigger, which she does. Let's talk about that moment real quick.
The second he let Jaime free, he knew that's it.
Oh,
His life is done.
Of course.
I mean, whether he died at battle or after the fact, he's going to die.
100%. But yeah, at the end, Danny, in the midst of the fighting, she's blown through the Golden Company. The walls are open. Everyone's storming. The Lannister army throws down their swords when confronted by Jon and the rest of those guys, which I thought was a pretty telling sign of what they thought about Cersei.
Oh yeah, especially because her comment, "Oh, my Lannister army will they're not sell swords.
Yeah.
They will fight for the last death. They will fight for their queen."
And they're like,
okay, here's my source. I'm done.
They didn't want those problems. At the end, then the fighting seems to have ceased. The bells are ringing, and what does Danny do? She just says,
She had that moment, where she's just sitting down quietly.
Maybe I should stop and have some restraint, and then she just
It's like
went off.
Tyrion did tell me, when you hear the bells, they surrender. Okay, let's kill everyone.
But yeah, that whole scene when she snapped was pretty indicative of everything that was foreshadowed previous episodes, and it's just after that she just goes around just flaming everybody basically, and that's kind of that. Meanwhile, on the shores, Jaime's trying to go save Cersei. He gets confronted by Euron. They
Okay,
had a
look.
standoff.
Before the ridiculous standoff that they had, which was meaningless, by the way.
It was.
It was shot really cool.
Oh, amazing!
The way it was shot was actually really, really cool.
Amazing.
Now let's go on to how stupid it was that they even had the
Also,
scene.
first off, I'm surprised not one mention of a baby. You know, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, well, I got her pregnant. Guess what? That's my child, not
are not
yours.
the father.
That's my kid. You are not the father. You are not the father.
Westeros Mori. Like, I love that. But yeah, I mean, they had a little standoff. Jamie ends up getting stabbed quite a few times. And
Twice, so once on each side. You know?
And obviously he's fine.
He's able to walk quite.
Oh yeah,
He's bleeding out.
His name is not the Kingslayer. His name is Warring.
Yeah.
Because he can heal. So.
He's just patching himself up as he keeps walking. But you know, at the end of the day, he's able to stab Euron, and Euron kind of goes out. You know?
I like that where he dies out. I killed Jaime Lannister.
Yeah, so while that's happening, Cersei kind of realizes that things aren't going well, and she's run out of. As Mike gets fed a nugget.
This is my mouth.
Cersei's kind of out of moves, and she realizes it. Good nuggets, by the way.
Dude, it's hot.
Okay.
It's crispy and it's good.
So, guys, maybe we should rate nuggets after this because it's more entertaining than Game of Thrones, all right?
Cars and Thrones and nuggets, maybe? Coming to you soon. We'll see. So Cersei kind of realizes it's done. She kind of tries to make an escape, confronted by the Hound immediately. But before that,
we get to Clegane Bowl.
We get Clegane Bowl, but real quick before we get to Clegane Bowl, Arya and the Hound have a moment where she has a decision to make whether she wants to go ahead and kill Cersei or, you know, turn back and live potentially, because obviously everything's crumbling around her. But she has a chance.
I thought that was a good moment. Look, the whole time leading up to there, she's like, I want to kill, I want to kill, I want to kill. And then finally he goes, look, this revenge has taken over my life for my entire life. Do you want this? If you come with me, you are going to die. Think about it, you know?
Okay, back to Clegane Bowl.
Wait, first of all, my favorite scene is like, Qyburn tells the Mountain, stand by your queen, and he just takes him and throws.
He chucks Qyburn into a rock.
Chucks him into a rock.
And then
instant death.
And his skull explodes.
Yeah. and then they have a stare off, and then you see just Cersei just like trying to sneak through and be like, okay guys, you have your thing. I'm gonna pass.
That was hilarious. Yeah. Cersei basically looks at the Hound and goes, enjoy.
It's like, all right guys, this is you. I'm out. See you. Bye.
Whatever you gotta do. But we're treated to one of the most satisfying battles Game of Thrones history, with, you know, the Hound trying to finally you know, get some revenge on his brother for everything that he's done. And the Mountain is full on zombie, as Markin struggles to put a nugget in a couple of minutes. The Mountain is full on zombie, and you know, nothing that the Hound does is effective, basically.
Yeah, I also like the fact that you were able to finally see who the Mountain is now.
True.
You know how the real monster he became.
Yeah, that was a good scene. Obviously, they go out in a blaze of glory, literally, the way that you know, their feud was created in fire.
After like 800 different stabs, you know, he just takes out the knife and continues going. I like the stab in the face. He just removes it. He goes, "Yeah, you can't mess with me."
Exactly. Don't mind me. I'm just having a nugget. So if you guys want to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
You know what? Let's get to the end with Cersei. The amount of hatred that people have grown for Cersei, or love.
She was a great villain.
She's a great villain. And think about it. That also says a lot about the actor, because for people to be able to hate your character, that means they really have to be involved with your character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have to take the time to, you know, to actually think about your character and everything that you have brought to the show.
Yeah.
And obviously, we hate her or love her. And for her to die with her brother, and I get it, you know, it was meant to be.
They came in this world together.
It's still not enough. We should have seen the flesh from her body being burned off by that dragon.
I mean, look, you also have to understand, the two of them started the whole Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that they pushed Bran out from episode 1, that is the start.
You can't have them die by some rocks. You know, it's not acceptable. You know what I have to say to that?
Yeah, so what do we think? Let's get into some predictions, because obviously we know we've seen everything unfold. Danny's officially Mad Queen mode.
Wait, before we get to predictions, he actually brought up a very, very good theory to us off camera. The horse.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So
you got to explain that.
Obviously, I think that the horse is Bran. And the reason that she takes her time to touch the horse and caress the horse is because she's saying, thank you, bro, for being here.
Also, the horse came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
the horse came out of nowhere. It is the only life in the area.
Exactly.
So she has this connection with it. But most likely it's her brother.
Okay, so let's get into some predictions. Like I said before, Danny's full Mad Queen activated. She's roaring to go. She doesn't like anybody. She's completely alone for the most part. What happens with Danny? Does she stand on the Iron Throne? Does someone, Jon Snow, Arya?
I think Danny dies.
You think Danny? How does Danny die?
Now that's a very good question. There's different possible routes. I mean, it could be.
I think that she's going to be killed by her loved one. That's what's going to happen. Who's her loved one?
Dragon.
Nope.
Jon Snow?
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, I would think Jon Snow would want to kill her,
everything that Jon Snow witnessed on the battlefield, and the amount of people, kids, families that she had to torture, she had to torch.
I guess what you did there.
I think he's gonna have a complete change of heart, and it's time to dethrone her. And he's gonna do it in his way, and I'm sure Arya is gonna have a part in it as well.
I mean, my hot take is that how did Jon's not father but surrogate father, Eddard, how did he go into King's Landing, got beheaded at the end? Stark men don't do well in King's Landing down south,
as it's been mentioned many times.
So I think Danny, who has lost complete trust and complete faith in Jon, is going to execute Jon.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, I mean, by your theory, there is no more King's Landing. Anything that's going to happen now will happen probably around Dragonstone.
Markin, any other predictions?
I predicted this show was gonna suck. But you know what? Like I said, this is my opinion, but I can tell you one thing. My prediction is, rest in peace, Game of Thrones.
All right, guys, we're back in the office. Real quick, who ends up on the Iron Throne next Sunday?
I think either Jon Snow or no one.
Ooh, no one.
Yeah, it's possible that maybe that's it. They'll both die, and everyone will. Okay. Each kingdom is back to themselves.
Okay, Markin.
I think Hodor.
He's gonna come back.
Hodor.
What's his first law? Hodor.
Yeah, Hodor. He's gonna be holding chicken nuggets in his hand.
I can just see that. Hodor. Hodor.
Yes.
I'm going by default Sansa, because I think everyone else is gonna be dead. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. As always, like, subscribe to the video, share. Let us know who you think is right, who you think is wrong, prediction-wise.
And you know what, guys? What type of chicken nugget is this?
Yeah. What's your favorite nugget? While we're on the subject, we'll open that up to the viewers.
Also, where do you think we went for these nuggets? Because we never actually mentioned it.
We'll see.
Let's see
if anybody recognizes the shape of the nugget. But tune in next week, guys. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
You know what, guys? If next week's show sucks, we're gonna.
I'm never watching again.
No, we're just doing straight chicken.
We're doing straight chicken nuggets next week. We have nothing to do with the show. Game of Thrones, what? Game of Nuggets.
Game of Nuggets.
That's what we're gonna call it. Game of Nuggets.
Game of Nuggets. See you later, guys.
See you guys.